Also, I love to be over in the chalk room, which is kind of our bigger group of crafting people. So today I'm going to be using our club transfer. This is this month's club transfer. It says take the long way home and find the joy in the journey. And I love this so much. I love the saying especially. And I'm going to use that on this cutout that I found at Joann Fabrics. And so anyway, this was a larger one, so I'm able to use it. I had found some smaller ones too on sale. Of course, I got it way at the end of the summer. And this time though, I'm going to trade out the little bike for a camper. So we're going to make an attempt at it. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to bring it down here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry for the weird angles. But anyway, I am actually going to use today our bark paste, chalk paste, as well as some water to kind of give it a little bit of watered down effect on here. I'm going to use it like a stain. So I'm just, whoops, that was a lot. So I'm just going to use it mixed up in the cover and then stain this, and that actually is still not enough water. So I like to go really thin with it and kind of stain this. This is the bark chalk paste. The nice thing about using this instead of using any sort of actual stains is stains are like really smelly and toxic and oily. They make a mess. So if you've ever used them, oh boy, let's see if I can get this. Ooh, looks like I maybe had a little bit of red in my brush. Oh no. I'm also getting my surface wet here just so it spreads on. I like it to go thinner. You can use our chalk paste for painting, which is what I'm kind of in essence doing. And the reason why I like to do it is because it goes on really easy. It's something I have readily available, obviously, in my craft camper here, and it just is easier to do, I guess, as far as as a medium to use for coloring this. I did one of these before for 4th of July last year. I did a 4th of July. It was a smaller size, United States, and I found that I did white as a background, and I found that it was too white. I don't know if I've got red in the brush or if it's actually part of the pigment maybe as it's breaking down. There's just kind of a streak of red in here, so we're just gonna go with it. I'm trying to get this done really quick. Just want to show you how fast these projects can go. For me, crafting is a therapy. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I accomplished something. I love it. I'm not necessarily like a super crafty or creative person. I wouldn't call myself a creative person. Does that make sense? I don't know. I know it seems kind of contrary to what I'm doing, but I enjoy sitting down and crafting something, but a lot of times I seriously am copying other people. So, and learning from my mistakes. And what I was saying was I did the last one of these in white, and it was way too white, too light in color. So I thought I want to do a stain, and sometimes when I've used stains like the real stain, gel stain or whatever, it's so greasy that I find that my transfers don't stick very well, and therefore things don't turn out very nicely. So anyway, trying to get a little bit more on here. Get some more water. Trying not to get these streaks on here, but it might be a thing because I'm not taking my time here today. Just trying to go fast because sometimes, life happens, right? We're busy. We have all kinds of things going. In our house, we homeschool, and recently I've been doing my 6th grader and my freshman together in school, and they finished their school for the year. We're kind of off. We're about midterm. We're switching over, which is fine. It doesn't matter. That's why you homeschool, right? So you can do your own thing, do it at your own pace. But anyway, we were switching over to a new year of school just this last week, and found that my older daughter, we have been doing it together because she could barely remember doing this one school. So we just did it together. I think it was not a bad thing to repeat some of her thoughts on some of the, you know, we read together our history. We do more of a classical education. So she couldn't really remember. She had been pretty young the first time we went through it with my older son. So anyway, she'd been doing it, but when we flipped over to this new year of school, she was like, I remember all these. I remember how this goes. I remember what happens. And so I was like, oh, that doesn't work. Well, at the same time, my senior is wanting to do some of his stuff too, and he needed more help getting stuff read. So anyway, I switched over her to do high school with him, and so we've started doing that. We're reading The Scarlet Letter. Have you read The Scarlet Letter? I love that book, but boy, it is kind of a hard read at first. You have to kind of get into it. So all right, I think this looks pretty good. It may be a little, I don't know, patchy, you might say, but it looks stained. I love this. I think it looks pretty good. Tell me what you think. I'll hold that up. What do you think? It is a little grainy, but there are some grains in there anyway, so I did get some splotchies trying to kind of blend that in, but so that's the bark, and it's water soluble, washable, so you can just use that however you want. But like I said, I didn't want to use the white as a base on this one because it had it was too light. It was way too light the last time. Oops. Might get some, I don't know why that got a goober of bark in there. It's nice because you can just keep adding water till you have the consistency that you want. And I'm just trying to get this nice and dry. So I'm going to be using this Take the Long Way Home. And I think I'm just going to use it in plain white. I'm kind of excited. I like to do things kind of neutral. And I thought, or I guess I could do teal. I kind of like teal with the camper things. Kind of gives a vintagey effect by using teal. Whew, I don't know if this is going to dry. This is pretty wet, so let's see if we can get it to dry here. Maybe some paper towel. I'm trying to do the fast dry. So anyway, what I was saying was we've just been changing our schedule around. It's doubled what I'm originally been doing because my high schooler has been working alone all semester. So I didn't have to read his stuff to him, but you know, the struggle is real trying to get your reading done, right? So anyway, I am reading his. I read to the high schoolers from 7:30 in the morning till 8:45. Then I go pick up the 6th grader from home, and then I do a little bit of science and language arts and that kind of thing. We had another English literature going with the girls. So my 6th grader and freshman then read with me from 9 o'clock until 11:15. And then the high schoolers go to high school band, lunch, and choir. And during that time, that's when I homeschool and read to my 6th grader, get her stuff done, which is crazy, right? Crazy schedule. So anyway, I used to, as soon as they went to school at the high school, that's when I was coming on and doing lives. Hey Tracy, good to see you. Glad you could join us. Say hey. It helps me get to the top when you make comments and whatever. Share, sprinkle the love for me. So anyway, that's my life. And then whatever we have in the afternoon, like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I do teach piano lessons as well. This is still very damp. I don't know if this is going to work for us. I'm going to try. But anyway, then Tuesdays, I actually now, because I lost a few students in the afternoon, so now I am actually not into piano lessons till 5. So I thought, I'm going to come on really quick and do a craft project. And you know what? In a busy day, it's so nice just to do a craft project, isn't it? I just love it. So this is the transfer I'm going to use. I love the saying in this. I love the clouds. I even like the bike. But because I'm using the United States, I wanted this to be more of a camper thing. So I love me some vintage, looking campers, right? I'm in a vintage Airstream right now, so that's why I'm always in the mood for camper stuff. I'm hoping this will stick because this is kind of wet. Now, water doesn't prevent it from sticking for sure. So I'm thinking about, oh, where do I get the transfers from? I can get you a link. I sell them with Couture, and I can get you a link for that. It's so much fun. They're so easy. They're reusable transfers, and I'll turn this around so you can see it from your real time. Put you down a little bit. I'm going to be using, so these are reusable 8 to 10 times. This particular one is a club. We have a monthly club where you get the B size 8.5 by 11 transfer plus 3 singles packets of paste every single month in the mail for just $19.99. And that actually includes the shipping. So it's a great deal. And this is our white. And I'm just going to use, if you can butter toast, you can do this. So this is a great way to kind of get out the aggressions of the day. A really quick craft project. We even have craft kits. There's some great ones out right now. They just came out last week. I'm so excited about them. There's a little one that you can make some carrots, cloth carrots, and out of canvas and paste them, and then make a little bucket to put or a little crate to put them in. It is so cute. So if you can butter toast, you can do this. And I gotta be careful here. I don't get too crazy onto this bicycle because I don't want the bike on there. Like I said, I'm gonna try to put on my camper on here, my little camper. The camper is from a mini set from last summer. I think it's actually still available. I love our minis. They're 12 to, it's a B-size transfer as well. And you cut them apart. There's 12 of them. So cute. They work great on ornaments. They work great on, I make baseball caps with our ink. So just lots of uses for those minis that I'm going to be using in a minute here. And I'm just spreading it on nice and evenly and then making sure everything, it's a silk transfer. It's not a stencil. We have this great silk transfer. It's sticky on the back. And because our inks and our pastes are water soluble, they wash off really easily. So I just take this transfer to the sink, wash in warm water with one of our board erasers. So we'll see how I did with this kind of wet board. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. I think it's actually pretty good. I do have a spot I can see kind of in the middle. Isn't that cute? I think that looks really cute. What do you think? Take the long way home, find joy, and you can see like right here it kind of snuck underneath. No big deal. We will get that taken care of. But first, actually, you know me, I can't wait. I'm going to get it taken care of. I'm just going to like use a little bit of a baby wipe to just kind of wipe it off. It is water soluble, so that's the great thing about it. I probably should have, and I'm going to just leave it like that. I think it looks good. See how easily that came off? Thank you. I'm so excited. Super cute, isn't it? So anyway, the funny thing is that, and I'm watching because I want to make sure I don't go over. I have a piano lesson coming at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock Pacific time. I don't know what time it is. I don't want to go over. I need to be there. Actually, I don't have piano lesson coming. I have an ukulele lesson coming. And I've been practicing ukulele, so my fingers kind of hurt today. I have to practice to keep ahead of this student. She's so good. Ukulele is a newer instrument for me. For those of you who know me, I've always been kind of into music. I've played guitar and piano, and trumpet was my major, piano was my minor. So I do piano lessons, but a lot of kids have been wanting to do ukulele or guitar. And I've been talking, if they're little kids, I talk them into ukulele. And then I had an ukulele. So this girl, she practices so much I have to keep up. I have to practice to keep up with her. It's a newer instrument for me. I'm just making sure this is nice and dry. Like I said, because this is wood, I probably should have waxed it. But I didn't. Okay, so here's the middle. We're going to put this in here. I'm not doing Life is Good at all. I'm just doing this little bitty camper because I want to put a vintage camper in here. And I'm going to use one of our tools with our paste and just get this. Try to be careful. Trying to be careful. Get this little camper. I've used this little camper for everything. I love it. I actually bought a second set of minis just for the camper. You can imagine that. We have a couple of vintage Airstreams. I'm in one right now. It's a 1953 Clipper Airstream. It's one of the little ones. Everybody stops and says, how will you sell it? Of course, no. My grandpa bought it in 1957. It's a 1953. And I just couldn't do that. I love it. And I love the fact that I'm able to craft in it right now. It's my craft closet. So it literally is a closet. So anyway, we'll see how this turned out. I'm just going to peel it back. Yay! Isn't that the cutest? I'm so excited. So that I'm going to just wash in warm water, stick it back on the backing, take it in, wash in the house with a board eraser and water. And that's easy. Simple as that. Super quick, easy project. I like to leave it nice and simple like that. How easy is that? That is our monthly club. If you want information on the club, just put club down below and I'll be happy to get you that. And Tracy, I'll get back to you on the website so you can check it out. But this is so much fun, and like I said, you don't even have to be a real crafter or crafty, but it's fun to do, especially when life is so busy, right? It's so nice to get something done and made. So easy peasy. I thank you so much for joining me, and again, make sure that you comment and help me out by getting me to the top. Yay, Tracy. So good to see you, and we will chat with you a little bit more this evening. And have a great night. Keep on crafting.